And, no, I think the important thing for you to know is that as the show develops, you're going to get to know me better than you've ever known me. Some of you know me because you've listened to me since I was a local host on KSFO in 1994-95, and you know my range. My range is unlike any other in talk radio. I have to say that. When I come back after this first break, which I'll take in a few minutes, I'm going to read you a private email that was sent to me from a new colleague at Cumulus Media. You're not going to believe what you hear. You're not going to believe it. This person thought that I was going to be sort of a low IQ shock jock. She heard stories about me that were not true, that was spread by some vicious vaudeville operators in another state who were trying to hold on to me, the vaudeville operators, and they spread the stories about me that are not true. But the fact of the matter is, when you hear what I'm going to read to you, you're going to find out maybe a little bit more about who Michael Savage really is. But if you'd like to talk to all the folks listening to this program this Friday evening before the election, thank God Halloween is over. What's the next holiday we have to look forward to? We poor little people. We people we got Thanksgiving. That should be fun. You look forward to it all year. You buy the new dishes, the bells, the dishes, and then that doesn't work out. No matter what you do, nothing works. You know why? Because life is very difficult. What you have to understand as you get to listen to me is that I'm fundamentally a pessimist. Now, I know that is considered almost a crime in America, because after the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People was written, if you acknowledged in any way that you were not happy 24/7, or that if you said life is really difficult and people are monstrous, and really what's the point of it all? But I get through it somehow anyway because I believe in God and I know that the worst crime you can commit is suicide. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be positive in a certain negative way. You will come to understand that in order to live, you have to have pathos amongst all. Everything requires pathos because most of our lives are rather boring and difficult. And once you accept that life is not happy, life is not a party, as they say, life is not a bowl of cherries. Once you accept that, life is actually easier. It's when you constantly seek that bowl of cherries that you wind up never eating dessert. I'm sorry to sound, a little like a card here, but I have callers now asking me, because it's open mic to mic, they're asking me personal questions about their lives. You're taking a big risk asking me. I may not be the right person to answer those questions, but since I'm older, I've been around, I have children, what does that make me? It makes me knowledgeable about my own family, my own life. As good as I can do it, I will answer your questions. But the truth is, how can any man really give you advice in life? You see, that's the horrible reality. It's why the entire psychiatric profession is a sham. Ultimately, no one can tell you anything about how to live your life. If you actually accept that, you realize it's frightening, isn't it? Can anyone really advise you how to live? Now, let me ask you another question. Who are you relying upon to answer you? A therapist, right? You think that therapist's life is better than your life? You think that therapist knows more about life than you do? You think that therapist is not half crazy half the time, all the time, half the time, or all the time, or all of the people all of the time? See, the point is that why you're relying upon other people to tell you how to lead your life. They can't tell you anything. You have to set your own compass. First of all, you have to find out where north is to know where south is. Then you'll know where east is and where west is. And there are certain ways to do that. And it's not through people necessarily, because people are imperfect. There's only one perfect thing on the earth. And you know what that is? It's the sense of God, if it's not God itself, God himself. Many of you don't even understand that, but God is the lodestone. God is the North Star. And I'm not going to do any more religion talk on the Savage Nation right now, but truthfully, without that center, what you become is Joe Biden. I'll be right back.
Call Michael right now at 855-400-SAVAGE. That's 855-400-7282.